YouTube.
We are live.
So, welcome to the Effect live streaming channel on YouTube. I'm Matthew, that's Dave, and that's Tony, or whichever way around they are on your screen. So Dave and Tony, can you tell me what happened last week?
Can we, Dave? That's a good question.
That is the first tough question of the day.
I remember going to NER's student accommodation and talking to the guy who was in charge of the hall, Equius Mimoxes, not Memorexes.
Yeah, that was it.
But I can't really remember what he told us. We kind of found out, or we knew that she'd met a new friend called Aram Yaffa recently. So we tracked down where his family lived, and we went there to try and track him down.
Yep.
They are bakers or something who make stuff.
Baklava, wasn't it, that they made?
That's it. Yes.
Baklava bakers,
yes,
yeah.
That's right. And so they welcomed us in and were very kind of effusive and welcoming to us, and said we could wait for Aram. Oshian made an excuse to leave and went and waited nearby to watch him arrive. That he then met up with a journalist called Jayla Kuhari, who was also watching the same family, because she was onto basically the story and wanted it as a scoop.
With whom we had an argument,
and you had a very reasonable discussion on both sides.
She shot at me
with no, threatening to kill each other at any point. Yeah, and she actually shot you and missed from very close range.
Yeah,
It was a warning shot.
She's no threat, basically. Is what it is.
That's what you worked out, yeah.
But then Aram Yaffa turned up, saw that I was there, and immediately made a run for it. But Oshian managed to intercept him.
Which was the whole point of Oshian going off, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yes, that was your plan.
Completely.
That was our plan, and it worked brilliantly.
We have a few plans, don't we, Tone, that work completely in Coriolis?
Yes, that does happen now and then.
Not just with not only with these characters, but with our other characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
well done us.
Hooray. So then we basically took him to a quiet bar somewhere, or it might have been another Crossroads college.
Yeah, it was another Crossroads college with our friend Alma Menkari, who is the head of that particular Crossroads college, and she's a friend in every port for us.
Oh yes.
And that was where we were hunkering down to talk to.
We had talked to him. We did kind of come up with a plan whereby.
Oh yeah.
Because we're basically saying they were these. Aram was pointing out potential mystics to whoever he was dealing with, these 10 guardsmen.
Yeah.
They were inviting them to the sanitarium for assessment, and then at some later point they were taking them somewhere else. We don't know where.
Yep.
Yeah. So we came up with a plan whereby someone, I'm not sure if we got started deciding who it was going to be, would pretend to be a mystic, and Aram would point out this person to the martyrs or whoever it is that's
his contacts.
I think we had kind of issues about if they were going to be assessed at the sanatorium. If the person that we pointed out wasn't really a mystic, they might just be found out at that point, and that would stall the plan there. So I can't remember if we'd actually got to a point where we had decided exactly what we were going to do. But I do remember then right at the end, a load of heavies break in or something, and a wretched.
Oh yeah,
which was the cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah, that's a little bit of detail that you forgot there, Dave.
Easy to forget. Well, it's a long time ago, wasn't it?
Conveniently.
So let us join in again. As you're discussing this, you are interrupted by a bunch of heavies who are not, you judge from the reaction of the other people around you in the Crossroads College, are not friends to these. They look like the stevedores, the sort of stevedore guys that you saw working when you went down into the underneath of the spaceport, the Optra.
When you say it looks like them, does it look like kind of that type of person in general, or do I recognise specific individuals that I saw down there when I was down there?
No, I think it's that type of person in general. Similar dressing, dirty overalls. And there's a few of them there.
Are they kind of coming in attacking, or have they just burst in an aggressive way?
They're bursting in an aggressive way at the moment.
I'm going to look
They're
over
looking
to
around.
I'm going to look over to Alma and just see, does it look like she recognizes them? Are these basically enemies of hers, and we're just like here at the wrong moment?
No, she's obviously responding with some concern. This is a surprise to her.
Right, okay.
But there's also an element of confusion, like she's not going, oh, it's the Yancey Street gang again. She's so her, she's got a couple of thugs here as well. They're getting up and pushing tables to one side. But these guys at the moment are looking around.
Are they?
How many of them are there?
More than you guys and let us say, for simplicity's sake, there's only 3 or 4 of this Crossroads College's thugs in the thing. There's probably about 8 of them. So they outnumber the people in here. They have come in for.
Are they visibly armed?
Yeah, you can see that they're armed with pipes, brass knuckles, power gloves, and knives. They look around, they see you and Aram and point at you.
Okay, I'm drawing my gun. I'm pointing it at the guy who's pointing at me, and saying, just like some bum bringing a pipe to a gunfight. And I'm overwatching his head, and the action is if he comes in towards me in an aggressive.
No, it's his action first. You can't get an overwatch on him. You're surprised by this, but you can draw your gun. I'll let you have that.
Yeah, I'll draw my gun as well.
Oh, if you want to draw your gun, you can do that.
Yeah, I definitely do want to draw my gun.
And he looks at you and he says, "You should keep your noses out of other people's business." And
to me and Yaqub.
Which you, Yaqub, and the guys around your table, which is you,
right.
Yaqub, and Aram. And then they approach and make a grab for Aram.
Okay, so my intention was that if he made any approach, I was going to shoot him in the head.
Okay, we'll have a go.
So I'm going to
coming reasonably quickly, so you might get a -1 for close range.
Okay, but do I get 2 actions here? Do I get a fast and a slow action?
Well, shall we roll for initiatives actually?
How do you want to do? It's just D6, isn't it? This one, yeah.
Just D6 in Coriolis.
D6 for initiative.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
For simplicity's sake.
Sadly, I'm on 2.
I'm also on 2.
That's when they go as well.
I'm on 2.
Tony?
So is low better or higher better?
Higher better in this game.
I'm on 2 as well anyway.
Oh God.
So we're all on 2.
Simultaneous action. We'll tell you what, I'll just roll for the other. Right.
Are they on 2 as well?
No, they're on 1. So it's a kind of simultaneous rumble here. They charge into you. You shoot.
Well, I've got my gun drawn. That gives me a +2 initiative bonus. My Vulcan cricket.
I get +1 initiative bonus for my carbine, for my
okay then. Pistol. So you go first, Tony.
And then it's me. Good spot, Tone. Well done.
Yeah, I'm just going to shoot the lead guy. Considering they're not responding to the fact that we've threatened them with guns, so we're going to make them understand that we mean what we say.
No.
So, do I get any bonus or negative, or is this just as?
You can aim, Tone, with your fast action if you want, which gives you 2 dice.
Okay, I'll definitely do that then. So my range combat is 1, my agility is 3, so it's not great really. So 4, and if I get 2 more dice for aiming, I get 6. I get a bonus 1 for my Vulcan cricket, so I get 7 dice. Okay. Get one success.
How much damage does that do?
And it does 2 damage. And a crit of 2. So I need to get 2 more successes to get a crit.
Yeah,
So
same for me.
Are you going to pray?
I think I am actually.
Thank you very much.
Going to push. Oh, I get 1 more success. So I get 2 successes. That's not enough for crit. But presumably that second success does another damage, yeah?
You can use it for a number of things, but another damage might be the best thing.
So I'll do that. So that'll be 3 damage then.
Okay.
Through any
You
armor.
take- No. There's no armor here. They're in civvies, as it were. So you shoot at one of them.
Yeah, the
and
one
it's
that looks like the
fine,
lead one
isn't
that's coming. Sorry?
Yeah, there's no particular. One of them spoke, but he doesn't particularly appear to be the leader, as it were.
So did Tony shoot the one who spoke?
Yeah, if that's the one you're
Okay.
aiming at. Tony,
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm aiming at.
Okay, my action. I already said I was aiming at him, so I'm gonna shoot the one who spoke as well. Now I have a range combat of 2, agility of 4. I'm gonna aim, and I've got +1 bonus for the weapon, so it gives me 9 dice. And I get 1 success, so I will push that, Matt.
Okay, another.
Oh, as we
Point
meet
for
the
me.
go on, eh?
Yeah,
Okay, now I have 3 successes.
nice.
So that's 2 points of damage, and I'm gonna crit him.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna read the green die first, and I roll 32. On the crit.
32.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to look at the crit table?
Well, you are the GM.
Yeah, but you forget these things. We haven't got a screen or whatever.
I have somewhere, but I haven't got it. Must be downstairs.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to put a screen up because then I wouldn't be able to see the screen I'm looking at.
No, but you can refer to it, can't you? Though. So
Without having it permanently up in front of you.
yeah, exactly. I have it permanently
Critical
there.
damage, 94 to 96. There we go. And you got 32. You shoot him in the arm, and he sort of stops suddenly and looks down at his bleeding arm. You've probably gone into the bone there.
Good.
And everybody then stops. And the other guys look to, who's your friend who runs this college?
Her name is Alma Menkari.
And they go, you got guns in here? Anyway, they immediately beating a retreat.
Okay. I think we ought to do the same as well.
Very much so.
I'm going to apologize to Alma for the trouble I've brought to her. Hang on, what have I got here? Do I have any? No, not really. So I'm not going to bother trying to manipulate her into forgiving me because it'll just make matters worse. So yeah, I'm going to apologize to her, and then because she's a friend of ours, we've been here before. Is there a back way out that we know of?
Or that she could show us if we don't.
She's not offering you that. She says, you draw guns in my place, you can go out the front door. Deal with the guard yourself.
Thanks, Alma.
Suddenly, though, more happens. Yaramafa was not quite noticing the combat as it was coming on, but now you notice he's going on his head.
Who are we talking about?
And his kind of
because he can sense other people's thoughts, can't he? So
Okay.
yeah. But it's really you've not seen him behave this way at all. And I'm spending a couple of darkness points on this just to say.
Good. Get rid of him.
Get it out of my head! Get it out of my head! I can't get the song out of my head!
the
Can't
song.
get the song.
Aram, what's the matter? What song? What are you talking about?
I can't. You get the impression he can almost not hear you over the whatever he's hearing in his head. It's just it's the same few notes.
I'm gonna say to him, just say the song out loud. Say the song out loud. Let it out. Let it go. Let it out.
He croaks out some approximation of it's not like a tune you've ever heard. It's a set of notes. He's no trained singer. It's kind of a short, repetitive sequence of notes. It's not any popular song you've ever heard of.
Are there any words with it, or is it just like the
no?
the
It's just
melody?
it's just these notes. He's trying to sing at you.
Do, 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 do.
Good, something a bit like that, yes. But
Is the act of singing the song calming him? Is it calming him down at all?
You wouldn't have thought so, but then suddenly it's gone, and he goes, "God, that was weird."
Okay, what do you know? Where it came from, or did he tell you anything? Is this a message?
No, I've never felt anything like that at all.
And exactly when did it start? Was it while we were fighting those guys that came in to attack us?
Kind of, yeah. I
Was it when we shot that guy? Were you sensing his pain? Did that trigger
probably
it?
started before then, to be honest. Almost as they came in. Maybe moments after. This is just too weird. I need to get out of here, he says, and he
Well,
steps
I think
up.
we all need to do that.
Yeah, we'll escort him.
Sorry?
We'll escort him out.
Okay.
Keeping our eye open for those thugs, see where they've gone.
They appear to have disappeared entirely.
Yeah, I'm being covert with the gun. So I'm like,
so you're keeping it under your clothes?
Yeah, I'll hold on to it, but put it inside under my caftan.
Now, should I spend a couple of points on having a Coriolis Guard patrol outside? Because it's the sort of thing I could do with these darkness points, but I won't.
Oh, what a nice gem you are, Matthew.
I'm glad I resisted calling you up before that. Otherwise, you'd probably have changed your mind. Okay,
so we need to find somewhere else to hole up and work out the details of our cunning plan.
Yeah, it's not feeling so cunning right now.
Although, as soon as you're out on the streets, I am going to spend a couple of darkness points. Aram collapses. And a moment later, you hear the report of a high-velocity rifle.
Okay, do we see where it came from?
Yeah.
I'm going to have a look at Aram then. Has he been shot, basically?
If you're looking, yeah, he's got a neat hole in his forehead.
In his head.
He's dead then.
Looks that way.
Well, I have got Medicaid here. Can I check?
Okay.
To see whether he is in fact dead or whether there's any hint of any life.
And whilst he's doing that, I'll be using observation to look around to see if I can see the shooter.
Okay, you do that.
Okay, so I have 6 dice in Medicogi. I get 2 successes in my Medicogi roll.
He's definitely dead.
Bad news, I'm afraid, Ocean.
Okay, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this for the shooter, and I get 1 success on my observation roll.
You can tell it was from the way he was facing. You can tell it was down the street that way away. It looks like it was from a relatively high vantage point, but no, you didn't see the muzzle flash.
Sorry, Matt, you're breaking up again.
We've lost you. We've lost you. You've frozen, and we can't hear you.
Normal service will
he's
be
back.
resumed in a moment. Matt,
you're back.
We lost you after you said I didn't see the muzzle flash, and that was it. Didn't hear anything since.
Yeah. So you could see any number of points where it had come from, but you can't see which one it actually came from.
Would all those points be in the same sort of apartment block or building? Or...
No. They're
so my chances of
down
running...
the street away from an elevated position.
My chances
of running.
So my chances of running the shooter down are pretty slim.
We've lost you again, Matthew.
Yeah, you're gone again, Matt.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, we did lose you for a little while, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we ought to get... do we want to have a quick check of Aram's Yafa's pockets just to see?
Yes, let's do that.
But do we want to take his body to his parents for proper burial? No. I'm okay, Matthew. How badly splattered is his head? Okay, you're gone again, Matt. Anyway, how are you, Tony? You right?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice weekend. Get up to much?
Not really. Just reorganizing this room into my office a little bit. Walking the dog. Doing very badly at a quiz. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Matthew's gone completely.
Matthew's gone completely. Okay, we apologise to viewers. Bear with us. So, if we do get the option of increasing, getting 5 experience at any point, what are you going to go for?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't really had a chance to look.
No.
So,
I was thinking possibly melee combat because I'm rubbish at melee combat.
I am. I'm crap at melee combat, but I'm also quite crap at range combat. So I'm quite tempted to maybe, but not quite as crap as melee.
Yeah.
So I'm quite tempted to kind of specialize in that and improve that.
In what? Ranged?
Range combat. So rather than have...
I've got 6 in ranged combat at the moment.
I've only got 4.
Yeah.
And I've got 3 in melee combat. So they're both...
Yeah. I've got melee combat of 3 as well, yeah.
We back in the room?
Welcome back, Matthew. We're just having a conversation about experience that we might spend in your absence.
Yeah, we never left the room. We were at all times.
Yeah, no, Zoom crashed at my end and was restarting.
Yeah, I think we're still okay, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're still streaming too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, looks like it. So, yeah, my question to you just before our short intermission was, is this like is his head splattered all over the place, or is this quite a discreet wound that's just killed him?
It's a relatively discreet wound.
Okay. Does he have a hood or something? Or like a head? Because basically what I want to do is cover up the fact that he's been shot, and I'm going to pick him up and carry him back to his parents. Because the lady
cover up the fact that he's been shot from who?
From
Any
anybody,
casual observers.
Yeah, exactly. Any casual observers watching me carrying him.
Because the reporter is at the moment filing a report about the shooting in the street, which she thinks is connected with the Mystericides.
Which it probably is. Okay,
Mysticides, I mean.
She can do what she likes. I'm picking up the body, and because the Lady of Tears does want to walk the spirits of the dead back to their resting place, so I'm going to take him back to his parents.
Are you, by any chance, acting in accordance with your icon?
Oh, you can't see my book. I might be, but I also think that's quite a nice touch. So
yeah, okay.
so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna carry his body back to his parents.
I'll help him. Presumably, it'll need Tervis really to do it. Probably.
Yeah, you're not that far away, were you? This was
No.
This was the near Crossroads College.
Yeah.
So your friend, in fact, from Crossroads College gives you a shroud to do that with, so it can be done with some level of dignity, and indeed a couple of thugs to help lift the body back, and
make a makeshift beer to carry him on. And
all of this is being narrated by the journalist jailer.
Okay. Can I police officers, have their badge, and you can put the badge the wrong way around, and you put it in your pocket so the badge is showing. Have I got somewhere where I can put like a business card showing?
Well, she's mentioned who you are, and she's got your card because you gave her a card.
Right.
So I think she's and she's speaking relatively favourably for somebody that she shot at earlier in the day.
She owes me one.
She's not dissing you or blaming you for it. She's
so better call Oshian and Yaqub
of the Mysticides. These killings,
just not for bodyguard services.
Yeah.
In fact, he was like sniped from distance, so
yeah,
wasn't that much we could have done about that, is there?
No, except gone out the back.
Yeah.
But then Alma didn't let us.
They were probably expecting that anyway. They probably had that covered as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Did you say you were going through his pockets first, or are you not going through his pockets?
I think Tony could have gone through his pockets as soon
going
as
through his pockets, looking for anything, not taking his valuables, but anything, any documentation, anything relevant that might be kind of evidence or that might help us with this.
Don't forget
this case
as well, though.
So the only thing you find on him of any sort of interest is a couple of those leaflets for the sanatorium that you picked up at Nora's place, and a tag with about 3,500 burr still on it.
Do we want to look after that for him?
I think we should return it to his parents.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay. No, that's
I think
fair.
we can do the money, but I think have some level of ethics. Rifling the money from the dead body of someone that we were
kind of trying to protect.
And he got killed.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel quite right.
We did fight for him though.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah, okay. So yeah, in some kind of, like as you say, Matt, dignified state, going to return the body to presumably his soon-to-be very unhappy parents.
Okay, well, as you say, they initially Sharam Yaffa, the jolly baker who you conversed with before, gives you a cheery wave, and then sees what you're carrying from a relative distance.
I should give a very sad sort of like shake of my head when I see him
sits
wave
heavily in his chair, and Yahara wails a traditional song of mourning, and other people, as you get closer to their place, other friends from around the street in the favela kind of join the procession of mourning, an ululation echoing around the streets here and among the units of the song of mourning as you bring them the body. Really quickly, Yahara has cleared a table for you to lay the body on.
What was his father called again? Just out of interest.
Charam.
Charam. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll place the body there with all due ceremony. I'll say a little prayer to the Lady of Tears for a swift.
You only get the one experience.
I'm getting into the role-playing element of it now.
Okay.
For a swift journey to his place of spiritual rest, and I'll say to Charam and Yahara, we will find his killer and exact justice.
Okay.
For a really low discount rate for you. No, I'm not saying that.
Right. I think the guard will want to talk to you. The Coriolis guard, that is.
Okay, how quickly is that going to happen? So, I mean, was Jayla the journalist, was she sort of live streaming?
No, I don't think she was live
broadcast?
streaming, but I think the report got slotted into a news. You know, it's taken you some time to walk up there. She's staying with the family, by the way, so she doesn't make any interest to follow you. She'd come to see Yaffa, and although she got entangled with you, she's not following you around now.
Right, okay.
She's going to stay with them. But at some point, you are going to be contacted by, I would suggest, Merk Ahuro, who I think might be the guy you met at the airport, at the spaceport. Yeah.
Or the one that we suspect knew that those fake guards were not real guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Merk Ahuro.
Yeah, he's the guy you gave your card to earlier on at the spaceport. Oh,
So what's his name? Ahuro.
Merk Ahuro. So MERKAHURO.
So yeah.
Okay, so we suspect he's a corrupt guard who knows that these
other guards,
whoever's chasing the mystics, are posing as guards.
That was
complicit with them.
Dave's suspicion. Dave is the only person.
So I've mentioned that to Yaqub, obviously.
I mean, I should say Oshian.
Inspector Ahuro, yeah. Okay. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I think we ought to cooperate. I mean, we are, in our own way, law enforcement or law supporting operatives.
Yeah, we weren't doing anything illegal actually at any point, were we? I don't think so.
Shooting at people might be considered.
It's self-defense.
Yeah,
I suppose just having the weapons on us was probably illegal, but
no, I think Matt said we're entitled to carry them, but we're not allowed to use them. Was that it? Or was that the other game I played with Paul the other day? And Matt's frozen in a very...
Your weapons, haven't you now?
Sorry?
Sorry, say that again.
I don't think I did say that. I don't think you were entitled to carry them. I said you weren't licensed.
Yeah.
You could spend on a license the same price as your gun.
I got some money now, so I might as well when I get the chance. Yeah.
So anyway, he admonishes. So there's quite a long interview about what had happened. Do you mention being attacked by the stevedore thugs first, or do you just say we were walking down the street and he got shot?
Well, let's get our story straight before we start talking to the inspector.
yeah, because it'll be a while before this happens, so we'll have time to.
Is what value is there in us telling him about the thugs? Because if they were coming to get Aram, which they seemed to be, kind of Were they trying to grab him? And
Well, they did say that we should not be sticking our noses in business that's not our concern, which kind of suggests that maybe they've been sent in by the guys who are hunting the mystics, because
So
obviously they're using Aram as their guy for finding the mystics.
Yeah, that's that.
In which case,
that's
this
true.
Ahuro inspector character might well be at best overlooking their activities, and at worst complicit in them.
So I reckon let's not bring it up, but if he mentions it, we'll say, yeah, we got into a little scuffle in the Crossroads College.
Some thugs attacked us, but
it's a Crossroads College. These kind of things happen there, so it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, okay. So no is the answer. We're not going to bring it up to him.
No, unless he brings it up first.
Yeah.
So we won't deny it happened, but we'll minimise its significance.
Yeah, and the shooting, I guess we won't volunteer that.
No.
Well, I don't think he does bring it up. He admonishes you for moving the body. He says, that was a crime scene. Ideally, everything should be left in place for our forensic investigators. He can understand the reasons for doing so, but you should know, as a private detective, the value of evidence, and he gives you a hard time about that. He says it will be almost impossible to catch the shooter.
I accept your criticism entirely, Inspector. You're completely right. Obviously, I felt some sort of familial feeling for poor Aram and his family, and I think the shock just overcame me. I just wanted to return Aram to his parents, but I won't do it again.
Very well. He says, you've probably ruined a chance of catching the perpetrator.
Well, if you want some sort of forensic evidence, there's still probably a bullet in his head somewhere. If you want to, do a forensic examination of the bullet, then the entry, happy to be a witness.
He does. He spends a lot of time with you he takes you back to the point of the shooting and quizzes you about where you think the bullet might have come from.
Does it feel like this is genuine, or is he just going through the paces because he ought to? He's got to fill out.
I would ask you to possibly make
observation
a roll on that.
I might use my judge of character talent on him.
How much does a judge of character cost you?
Cost me 1 darkness point.
Thank you very much.
Wait. Let me try my observation first, Tone.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm quite good at observation. It's the thing I'm best at. Dice on the floor. I'll roll that one again.
Damn.
Go ahead and use your talent, Tone. I got no successes.
Okay.
Having re-rolled the 6 on the floor because I said I'd re-roll it, it came up as 5.
Okay, darkness point, Tony.
A darkness point. I can't. So the talent basically lets me tell if somebody's lying or not. I can't tell any details, only whether they're lying or not. If he's telling half truths, then I'll interpret that as he's lying. So when he says he's really wants to find the killer, do I think he's being?
I
genuine?
think you think you've given him a very good excuse for not bothering. I mean, Coriolis Guard are famously lazy anyway, so I don't know whether this is indicating that he wants to cover up for the killer, but this is a great one that he can write off as unsolved without there particularly, he can blame somebody else for the lack of clues, and the somebody else he's blaming is you.
Yeah. Case closed.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Have there been other murders like this, Inspector? Is this why would somebody want to murder young poor Aram? He was just a what was he? He was just a student.
He's not a student. He was a
stevedore, wasn't he? Actually,
stevedore.
Yeah. So why would anybody want to murder poor Aram?
Part-time stevedore. We're aware, we've only done cursory research, he said so far, but we are aware he may have had gambling debts. So I imagine...
With whom?
Well, I don't know specifically whether we've got anybody that we can finger for the murder, but...
Do you know where he
he-
used to gamble? What syndicates?
Yeah, in the basement somewhere.
Anything more specific? There's quite a lot of basements
Well,
on.
Obviously, we thought we'd talk to the primary witness first. We've also spoken to the family. They've told us a little bit about his gambling habit. No, I don't know. And if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. I won't make you spend a lot. You think he really wouldn't tell Dave, Tony?
Would you tell me?
Or you?
Oh,
Okay. But that does seem to be a bit of a pêche rouge. As somebody once said in a meeting, and somebody else said, red peach?
So, any other leads that you...
what? Oh,
Where's he gone?
my partner's just wandered off.
I guess his Zoom has crashed or something, and
Well, he wasn't. He just walked off. He
no,
was
I
there.
did see him just walk off. But
Just wandered off.
meanwhile, then, as the rational one, Yaqub, are there any leads you want to follow up now that you're...
Well, we're running out of
Primary
leads, aren't we?
leads,
So the guys who came in and attacked us in the Crossroads College were kind of dressed like
stevedores?
stevedores. Does that suggest that there's some of the stevedores are in on this?
Maybe.
So I guess we could go and talk to the boss of the stevedores again. I know she wasn't particularly. What was her name? Did I write that down? Zhu. She wasn't particularly welcoming to us last time we were there.
I wonder whether there's something we could do about smoking them out of their little den. So whether we could give jailer more information about corrupt guardsmen or fake guardsmen using the sanatorium as a location for some unknown business that's the real guards are just turning a blind eye to, and kind of see what happens. If nothing else, she might get murdered.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Did you take any contact details, Phil, or did you give her your card?
She's got my card, hasn't she?
I don't think you've necessarily got any way of contacting her.
She's probably she's a well-known journalist.
I mean,
we
she's well.
Yeah.
we could track her
Do
down.
you want to
if
make
we
a
want.
culture roll, Yaqub?
Okay, I'll make a culture.
Can I try that as well?
No, I think Yaqub.
Or can he help?
Because he used to be a journalist, didn't he?
I did.
Okay.
He used to be a journalist. Yes.
Can I help him? I do have culture.
No, I don't think so. I think this is for him and his
I
professional.
have lived on Coriolis for donkey's years.
Yeah, no, but I think this is a journalism story.
Yeah, but I work in these circles, so obviously I know what's going on.
I get no successes.
I think
and I'm probably
Yeah.
not going to push it
No.
on this point. I've got to give you enough
Well,
points
she's
ready.
not that famous. So I'm sure you could, you can probably look her up in a telephone directory, as it were, whatever the
Equivalent.
Coriolis version of that is. But she's not so famous that she's on everybody's lips. She's no Jon Snow.
He's not on my lips. Sorry.
Good.
So the other
And
lead
for our American listeners, we mean Jon Snow, the newsreader, not Jon Snow, the
Out of Game of
Diana.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. And clearly they'll all know who Jon Snow the newsreader is. Obviously.
Well, no, they may be aware that we're talking about somebody they don't know about. Let's move on, shall we?
Let's do that. Yes.
Yeah. So the other lead that we might have is the sanatorium, and these guards are at
Yeah.
the sanatorium. So one thing could be so we've got a couple of the guys from our Crossroads College staking that out to then alert us if there's any movement. We could go and see if we could see any of the people that we recognize, follow them, beat them up maybe, ask them some questions, or draw them into something that's going to put them in a difficult position, maybe recording something for the journalist, them saying something or threatening towards us.
So let's just go to the map, shall we? This is the map. You are currently, where are you? You are currently around here
On the ring, yeah.
on the ring. You'll need to go into the core to get to the sanatorium.
Yep.
Although, what's this place? That's P2. That's the Spice Plaza. Okay. That's where you'll catch a central tube, though, if you want to go to the core.
What else have we got that we can do, Tone?
I don't know. We're running out of leads, really. I think Aaron Yaffa was our best lead, really, and now he's been brutally murdered.
So the objective here is to find Noah.
Yes.
Noah has disappeared, but we don't think she's been grabbed by the guards, as far as we can tell.
Or she hadn't been.
No.
Kind of at the last contact with her.
So either she's hiding out somewhere. How do we find out where that might be? Or she's been grabbed and she might be in the sanatorium. So I wonder, yeah. I guess it depends how kind of covert they're being in the sanatorium. Are they doing this in connivance with the people who run the sanatorium? That's Zelosian, isn't it? The sanatorium, Matt.
The Samaritans are the pleasant face of the
Order of the Pariah.
The Order of the Pariah, yes.
And would you think that the Order of the Pariah? What's the Order of the Pariah's view on the emissaries and this mystical?
Well, they think they're heretical. First,
Okay.
Well, they think the emissaries are heretical, particularly the emissary on Zine, who has declared themselves to be the judge, who is the Pariah,
An icon. Yep.
who is their icon, and therefore that's a blooming heresy. There's no denying that.
So I think the answer to my question, are they in on it, is yes. So yeah, so I think,
well, let's go and talk to our guys who've been watching it and see if they've seen anything.
Yeah, because I think we then probably need to get into the sanatorium somehow.
So you want to go back to the core, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you're you're walking across Spice Plaza to that tube station to get on the tube, when you notice that there's a sort of vibe in the crowds. Or rather, there's not a vibe. You know, the normal discussion on you know, the shouting and the dealing of the
hubbub.
The hubbub is strangely quiet. And
Okay,
people are gathered around the sort of bulletin boards that there are where news items are going on. And it's there's a kind of low murmur of concern and stuff as people are muttering about what's going on the info terminals and the hollow screens.
Well, let's go and have a look and see if we can see what this is about.
yeah, I think we ought to.
Very well. Well, now you are going to be blessed by my acting. I did try and get some people in the past week to record this for me. It's quite a lot of exposition here. So listen carefully, and it will all be in my voice. It's not going to be in fancy actory voices. We have just received word that the news about the Emissary having disappeared does indeed appear to be true, and that the investigation has been turned over to the judicators. We turn to Hanik Mara, bulletin representative at the council, for an update. Thank you, Jabal. Rumours about the Emissary's disappearance started to circulate earlier this morning as the Emissary, who attends the meeting of the council in an observer capacity, did not, in fact, attend. And you can confirm you were at the meeting, is that correct? That's right, Jabal. The Emissary's chair was empty during the meeting, and all attempts at contacting the Emissary have failed. Now, excuse me, Mr. Mara. Reports are just coming in about crowds gathering out on the ring around the Spring Plaza. Our reporter, Mafra Samin, is on the scene and knows more. Thank you, Jabal. Rumours are spreading quickly, and people are already gathering here to express their despair, sorrow, or anger over the disappearance of the Emissary. The first gather appear to have been a group of pilgrims destined for Zine Station, where the Emissary known as the Judge resides. And more people are arriving every minute. It looks as though some form of protest is being organised. But against who or what is uncertain. The guard is understaffed, but doing their best to keep the crowds confined to the plaza. Back to you, Jabal. Thank you, Mafra. Reports are coming in from all around the station from people claiming to have seen the Emissary. Just recently, we heard from a very agitated slummer saying that the Emissary just floated past him in a corridor in a cellar. The situation is likely to be chaotic for some time in regard to what has actually happened. Isn't that right, Manakawa? Yes, the opal fumes in the cellar have already produced some rather fantastical eyewitnesses, reports about the so-called new mystics, and one could expect more of the same to follow now. What will the disappearance of the Emissary mean for the Third Horizon? I now have Boho Buhari, noted icon scholar, with me to answer that question. What is your opinion about this, Mr. Buhari? Well, right now, it is hard to say what will come out of it. People are undoubtedly in shock over what has happened. Many viewed the arrival of the emissaries as a sign that the return of the icons was close at hand.
And Ziffot, he's just a guy, you know.
You are referring here to the myths about how the icons, after teaching mankind how to travel the void, promised to return in humanity's darkest hour, correct? Yes, but that is only one of the many apocryphal stories about the icons that flourishes within the church. And thank you, Mr. Buhari. We'll now go back to Mafra Samin, our reporter on the streets, who has been asking passerbys on the ring what they think about today's events. Over to you, Mafra. Thank you, Jabal. I'm standing here with Sarai Namaran. What does the disappearance of the emissary mean to you? Well, it's all because of these mystics. They siphon energy off the emissaries, you see. They channel the dark and the wrath of the icons, and Thank you, Mafra. That's just about all the time we have. That is the nature of the news reports. Damn it. I wish Zoom had frozen during that little tirade.
That was very good, Matthew. Well done.
It was excellent.
Thank you very much.
I did like your gag Hal front. That was excellent. Yes.
Thank you. I was channeling Gag Hellfront there.
Okay.
Now there are the crowd here on the Spring Plaza is starting to kind of organize, and you're not entirely sure what they're organizing about. As they said on the news broadcast, who is in the wrong here? But suddenly there is fighting and running around you.
Okay.
I think we ought to get out of the way of the crowd.
Yes, we don't particularly want to get involved in any fighting around this.
Okay, the Coriolis Guard are kind of coming with some force to kettle people in the yard. Can I get you to make some sort of roll to avoid them? Movement roll or something?
Infiltration?
Infiltration might be the best bet.
Okay.
Okay. It's probably a bit of a shame, but
Give me 5 dice.
gives me 4.
I get no successes.
I get 2 successes.
3.
So you're
Right,
in trouble,
so-
but I'm fine.
Well, you can use your second success to grab me by the scruff of the neck and drag me with you.
Okay, yeah. So you're looking suddenly really lost, and you don't know where Yaqub is, and the crowd and confusion are moving really quickly, and you feel a little bit displaced. You like to be in control of stuff, Oshian, and then somebody grabs you by the back of the neck and hauls you backwards. You think you're being attacked by a guardsman or another stevedore or something, and you sort of swing around ready for an attack, but actually it turns out to be Yaqub who's putting you out of trouble.
Yeah, this way, Oshian. This way.
Punching him.
Would you like to throw that punch?
No, I wouldn't like to throw that punch.
Because this is exactly the sort of thing. This is how fights start after events.
Yeah. We know your mates. It's okay. Windmills after the pub's shut. Yeah, I'm going with him. I'm very, very annoyed that because infiltration is one of my things that I was so rubbish at it, and Yaqub had to pull my nuts out of the fire. Or pull my nuts out
So
of the
you
kettle.
heading back to the Crossroads College?
I think we're heading back in that direction, aren't we? But do we want to go to the sanatorium or to the college first?
Well, I guess our guy's still
Yeah.
overlooking the sanatorium. So do you want to go and have a quick chat with them?
Yeah.
There is, as you get back to the core, the sort of anger and confusion there was on the streets is evident here in the core as well.
What's the anger being directed at?
Well, nobody really knows. So there are people who believe that the icons are, or rather the emissaries are heretical. There are people who are pilgrims that are coming to see the emissaries. So when you get around the sanatorium, there is a police barricade around there, and there are people arguing that, as you've defined, the sanatorium must be behind it because they're run by the Zelosians. Everybody knows.
So people think that the sanitarium are behind the disappearance of the emissary.
Sorry.
So I was saying, so people are thinking that the sanitarium is behind the disappearance of the emissary.
Yeah, but in a way that in our modern age, people think that 5G is behind the coronavirus. I mean, you may have that suspicions, but they don't have the evidence that you've already gathered in this regard.
Okay, I'm going to look around. Is there is our favourite journalist Jailer here covering this? Can I see?
Not that you can see. I mean, make an observation roll.
Yeah. Okay. So I get 7 dice.
I help?
Can
Can I
Tony,
help?
can Tony
You can
give-
look around. Yeah.
Or does he make a roll himself?
No, I'd prefer him to help you.
Yeah. Okay.
Extra
take it.
dice.
Go on, have an extra die then.
I've got one success.
No,
Are there journalists here who are covering this?
there are, but of that sort of the same sort of response that you were hearing from Mafra.
Okay, and there's people here who are getting angry at the Zalosians and shouting and kind of like being kept away from the sanatorium by the guard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go up. Is there like a ringleader or something?
No,
is
there's
there-
not particularly anybody.
Is there somebody with a megaphone?
Only the guardsmen have got like amplifier things and speakers
Right.
in the costume.
But yeah, I think we can try and use this as a cover to break in if
Yeah, exactly.
the crowd kind of overwhelms the guards.
So, is there a guardsman here that I recognise from the job, from being a detective?
If
'Cause-
only you hadn't spent your friend in every port.
Well, that was last session, not this session.
It's the same adventure, mate.
So this is. I mean, this is close to our patch. We're not far from our.
Yeah, no,
Crossroads
there aren't
College here.
particularly these guards. For a start, they've all got their visors down because this is a riot situation. So
Okay.
they look a bit like I didn't put a guard image out today to show you, but I've got one in here that I can show you. They look a bit like these guys. Like that with their
Okay.
mirror visors on.
And how many are there? Are they enormously overmatched by the crowd if the crowd goes badly wrong?
They would be, yes, but
And the other crowd,
they're
how aggressive is the crowd being? Does it feel
not
like
massively
it
aggressive.
wouldn't take
no.
much to push them over the edge and to storm past the guards into the sanitarium?
But the guards seem to have it pretty much in control at the moment.
Okay. I hate the first come anyway. I'm sick of them. I'm running to the front, and I'm going to turn and face the crowd and shout, "You cannot trust any of the first come. You cannot trust the Zalosians. They're behind this. We should make them answer for their crimes. This is an outrage." At the top of my voice.
At which point, I reckon some first come who just happens to be close to you might throw a punch at you. So,
Hang on. Can I? Hang on. Can I-
he says
can I-
it's all
can I-
your.
hang on. Before that, do I get a manipulate roll to see if I influence anybody?
Okay, but you will get a punch.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm expecting to get punched. So I've only got 3 dice, but I'm kind of hoping to do well here. Come on.
Can I help him by?
Okay, I've got.
No. He did this.
I have 2 successes on 3 dice.
2 successes. I'm not going to let you have that because you are one voice against an enormous number. So I should have given you -2 anyway.
Well, I'm just trying to stir up the Zenithian
Yeah, you
part
are.
of the crowd.
You stirred up the punch. You've got coming your way.
Surely there are some Zenithians there who are agreeing with me, then, who might defend me.
Well, this is
I've got a plan here. I've got 3 dice. I get 2 successes. You can't fuck me up
and
on
I'm
that
not
now,
letting you
man.
have
That's
it,
just,
because I should have made you only roll 1 dice.
that's just rubbish. Well, I might have 1 success then, mightn't I? Out of
You
those
might
3
have.
dice.
But I will give you that 1 success, but it's going to change one person's mind. It's not going to be a huge crowd. The partial success.
Fair enough.
So do you want to take that punch now?
Do I see it coming? And can I try and block it? My melee combat is rubbish.
I will let you
No, I'll just
do an opposed roll.
yeah, why not? I'll try. I've only got 3 dice.
Strength 3, melee combat 2.
So I gain 1 success.
They get 2, so
Okay.
take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Okay, do people witness this?
Yeah, the guards are coming in to break you up.
So I'm not fighting back. I'm shouting to the rest of the crowd again. Look what these first come do. They resort to violence. They've taken the emissary away with violence. Can I get another manipulate roll?
With 1 dice, yeah.
Could I get a bonus die now for having been like, people are now watching at least.
So people are pretty much here 50-50 Zenithian and first come. So
Just 1 dice then.
we'll be starting a fight.
That's the point. That's what I want to do.
But you're not necessarily
All right, 1 dice then.
okay.
Okay, shall I push that, Tone, or not?
With 1 dice.
Yeah, I'm pushing it,
Probably.
Matt.
Go on then.
Yeah, I'm pushing it. Come on. Oh, I rolled a 1 twice. Okay.
You are inciting well, you know, people's tempers are raised.
I'm not raising my hand against this guy.
You're not managing to get people sort of pushing against the Coriolis guard barrier and letting people through. There you are causing people to, you know, somebody punched the bloke that punched you.
Good man.
But it's not.
It's a scuffle. It's not turning into a bit of a riot.
You're not going to be able to do this to get in.
That was worth a try. Okay, I'm going to punch the first come guy who punched me.
Okay.
And can I, if he's in a scuffle with another guy, can I like?
Can we take initiative now then?
Okay.
I'll probably have to wade in, I guess, won't I? So I'll join the initiative.
So I'm on 2 again.
I'm on 6.
Okay. You and the crowd go first, Yaqub.
Yaqub versus the crowd, it sounds like. This is either going to be very short or really epic.
Yeah. Now, do I just try and drag you away, or just come in and punch the guy that's punching you?
Well, he's being punched by somebody else now. I just hate the first come, so I just want to punch him back because he's a. I have to keep remembering.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try and drag Oshian away from the melee.
Okay. Are you resisting that?
Yeah, I think I probably am because I really want to punch this guy. Sorry, Yaqub.
I'll say,
Okay,
it's a nice idea, but you're getting a little bit too involved in the role.
So Yaqub, you've got to do a physical attack. I'll let Dave respond with his response.
It's a melee combat attack.
So I'm not trying to hurt him, but I'm just resisting.
I'm not trying to hurt him either. I'm just trying to drag him away, but I only get 3 dice for this. So
yeah, so do I.
I get 1 success.
I got 1 success.
I'm not going to give him darkness points over this.
No, neither am I.
You can't grapple him to get him away unless either of you want to push.
No. We're not getting darkness points for this, Matt.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Because this is exactly the sort of weird behavior that the disappearance of the emissary seems to be having in everybody else.
Okay.
Okay. So that was your resistance roll, Dave. You can throw a punch at this guy if you want.
Yep. Yeah, I do need more points in melee combat, that's for sure. No, I miss. It's a wild swing.
Okay. He's engaged with 2 of you, lashes out at you, but misses as well.
Okay. So is a proportion of the guard kind of coming in this direction?
No, they're very firmly, all of them holding the ring.
Okay, so there isn't even a chance for us to slip past them whilst this is
distracted.
happening.
These sorts of fights are happening all around.
Should I just punch him again?
Tony, you get a chance to go first.
I'm going to try, rather than physically drag him away, I'm going to try and get through to him and say, Oshian, it's a good plan. This is the part of the plan where we sneak away.
So that's
try and calm him down. Yeah. Gives me a few more dice.
Okay, I get to resist that, do I?
You do? Well, yes, you do. It would normally be a numbers thing, but it's 1-on-1. So I can't remember what you manipulate. What you resist it with. Give me a moment.
Presumably it's manipulation, isn't it? I guess.
That would make sense.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I
don't remember.
No, it is. It is in this game. It's manipulation
Okay.
versus manipulation.
And if Tony beats me, I either agree or I punch
you have to
him.
punch
We
me.
have to punch him. Yes. You have to punch him.
But do I? Is there a thing that I then get to set a condition or?
Yeah. So there is that
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. Well, let's see where the dice go, and then we'll work that out. I've got an idea. Okay.
I get one success.
I get one success.
So you haven't succeeded in persuading him.
So can I relinquish that one and make it as if he succeeded?
No.
Okay.
You could have done and not rolled, I guess. But hold on. Do you want to dodge a punch that's coming your way?
Hang on, don't I get an action? Because
You do on twos.
but he just
That's
threw
the
a punch.
card goes on sixes.
Yeah, but he just threw a punch at me a moment ago, and I haven't had an action since then.
You threw a punch at him.
No. And then
You punched him.
Yeah, but then he threw a punch at me afterwards.
Yeah, but I just narrated a flailing attack.
Okay, all right, okay. Yes, I might as well try and resist that. Try and block it if I can. I get one success.
One success. That's enough to block it. So you put your arm up as this punch.
So as I'm trying to push Tony off, this here comes in. I knock that away as well. Okay. Yeah, this guy. I've got to hit him now. Sorry, I am really angry with him. You can't trust the first come. They're all scum. And I get one success. Do I want to push? No, I'm not going to push. One success.
You've hit him.
So for 1 point of damage.
Yes.
Okay,
Unless you've
cool.
got any.
No. Okay, I'm quite pleased to hit him. Honor is, well, not satisfied, but that's better than just missing him every time. Are you going to try and
You
manipulate
notice
me again,
that
Tony?
the next round, if you carry on, the guard nearest you may get involved.
Are you going to try and manipulate me again, Tony?
In fact, I'm going to put 2 dice points to say he will.
Yes, I am. I'm going to carry on trying to persuade you to.
Yeah, okay. I'll resist. I'm going to resist.
You're going to resist again? Okay.
But I get no successes this time.
I also get no successes this time. I'm not pushing in this case.
Right, the guy is going to tackle you again. He's defeated the bloke that hit him and gets a number of successes. So if you want to take a block, you should.
Yeah, okay, I will. No, I get no successes that time.
Do you want to push?
No.
Okay, he
Unless
gets
it
3 successes.
3. Okay.
So let me just remind myself what unarmed combat does. Oh, wrong book. Too many rule books.
I think the crit for an unarmed is 3, I think. If that's what you're looking for.
Right, so
I think. I'm not sure, but I think.
well, let me just check.
Because if the crit for my gun is 2, surely somebody's fist has got to be worse than that.
Where do I find it? Give me a moment, caller.
So I'm looking as well. I think it's good.
I should have got my blooming board out.
Yeah, it's very useful having that just as reference.
Next week, I'll put it down from the bookshelf. So
Yeah, so unarmed, damage is 1, crit is 3.
crit is 3. Okay. So I will give you 2 extra points of damage there. So that's 3 points of damage on strength,
Okay.
not strength, on your damage.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything about this guy that
No,
looks-
he's not anybody special.
looks identifiable? Because
Well, if you want to make an observation test to remember him at some other point, yeah, go ahead. But
yeah, I do want to.
You're
Do
gonna
that.
go after him and his family afterwards.
Yes, that's the plan. He is first come after all. Okay, so my observation skill, I get 1 success on that.
Okay, well, it's not going to be massively useful. You may see him again at some point when I find it amusing.
Okay. It's your action, Tone.
I'm going to go back to physically trying to pull you away out of the fight.
Do you get more dice on manipulation?
Oh yeah, much more.
Yeah, do that then. Do that again, because I get the same dice either way. Go for manipulation, Tone.
All right then. Talk me into it. You manipulated me into doing it. Oh, this
Okay.
is not.
I get no successes though.
I want to know what you're saying to him. Again, I mean, given you've tried this argument 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I get no
now it's time
successes.
for us to leave.
Ah,
I need a stronger argument.
push it.
He's
Tone,
not
push
worth
it.
I
it,
said
mate.
this is
Might
it. This
be.
is the last. I'm saying is this is. I'm not pushing. I'm not giving. I'm not fucking
No,
giving
push
Rashid
it, push
darkness
it, push it.
for this. I'm not pushing it.
No, go on.
I'm saying this is that. Look, I'm going, Ocean. Now, if you want, I'll leave you to it. But this is the last time I'm asking. Come with
Go
me
on.
now, and let's. It was a good plan.
Go
You've
on,
got
Tone.
too
Push
heavily.
it. Push it.
No, I'm not
Push
pushing
it.
it. I'm
Yeah,
not
push
pushing
it.
it. No, I'm not.
I got such a good idea as well, but it needs you to succeed.
Oh, go on then. That's what your idea is now. I'm pushing it.
Right, pushing it.
Oh, I still got no
Excellent.
sodding
Oh,
successes.
Tone. Ah.
PvP giving me all these
Okay.
darkness points.
Well, just 1. All right. Okay. My action is I'm gonna seeing the guards coming and realizing that I'm losing this fight. Actually, I'm gonna make it look like I'm being dragged away by Yaqub, and I'm gonna accept that he's got a point and get away before the guard hits me with a stick and knocks me out.
Okay. Yaqub, I want you to make an infiltration roll, please.
Yaqub.
Yeah, he's the one
me.
dragging you away.
Can I? Well, I'm now.
So what's this
actually-
for? What's going to be the consequence of failing this?
Well, the guard's coming your way.
Oh, I see. And I'm trying to sneak
Yeah.
away without the guard noticing.
So
Well,
can I?
yeah,
kind of-
Can I?
well, you'd make
yeah.
sure the guard deals with the other guy and not Dave.
So now I'm.
Let's face it, it was a bit of a rabble rouser while this is going on.
Now I'm cooperating. Can I give him a dice?
Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah.
Okay. That gives me 5 dice then. Come on. No successes.
Tony.
That's,
Do I
Sometimes
take this
it's not-
darkness point?
Should we just run? Let's just run.
yeah,
The
no,
guard-
I'm not, I'm not,
The guard's got enough on his plate. If we're leaving the scene, then I think we'll be all right.
yeah, no, I'm not pushing that.
Okay, so the guard clocks you, but discipline was keep in line, so it's not going to follow you into the crowd as you go off. Otherwise, that would leave a gate round the ring. So you make your way back to the hotel, back to the Crossroads College.
Yep. Nursing my split lip and my bloody nose.
It was a good idea to, get the crowd up to try and sneak past the guards. But I think you got a little bit too into the role.
But you can't trust the first come. I hate
So
them all.
there's this sort of fights and stuff. There's people wailing. The emissary has been here for about a year. It's coming up to his anniversary. Yeah, there are people who don't like them. Yeah, there's Lossians think that it's a heresy, but they've got a lot of respect over this last year. So generally, people on the station seem to be unhappy and are looking for somebody to blame.
What had the emissary actually done?
Well, he's sat on the council. He's
Literally.
He's been given a position on
I
the
know, I
council,
know.
which, bear in mind, if you've been at all involved in politics, you probably have a little bit. The Nomad Federation have been trying to get on the council for some time, and then the Emissary just walks in and says, "I need a seat on the council," and he's given a seat on the council.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the sort of highfalutin leaders have been speaking very positively about his contribution. So they've earned a decent amount of goodwill, despite the Zlothians rumbling in the background about it.
Okay, cool.
So
as the kind of the evening progresses, does the target of everyone's anger and hostility begin to solidify?
Not really, because
No.
nobody knows where. So you're sitting back at the Crossroads College.
Yeah, I want to make sure that Althea is okay, and let's look up Jailer.
So Althea is
What's
she's
she
moving
said?
around between colleges, isn't she?
Yeah,
Is that
you'd
right?
sent her off to a different college, I think, hadn't you, to a
Yeah.
night in a different place.
Okay. Well, probably being in a Crossroads College is one of the safest places to be if you're plebeian or stationary.
Where do you actually sleep?
On the ship.
Bear in
probably.
mind that you guys haven't actually had very much.
No.
That's
And
true,
you
we
can't
haven't.
sleep on the ship because the ship is out on the net.
Yeah, that was my kind of thought, that we would sleep there.
Do you not have a room in the rooms in the college that we could sleep in?
Yeah,
That's what I was
probably.
assuming. There was some sort of boarding house type.
It's probably a bunkhouse. Yeah.
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 I mean, you can sleep out on the ship, but you have to
Get
pay
there.
for shuttle fares,
Yeah.
and you haven't got any money.
Yeah, I've got Noah's money now, so I'm doing
Oh,
right.
right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, Uncle Yaqub, how do you feel about him spending Noah's money on shuttle fares?
I don't think we sleep on the ship. That wouldn't be practical, I don't think. Even if we
Not
wanted
until
to pay for the shuttle fares.
Yeah, not until we're rich enough to park it actually at
Yeah.
Neoptra station.
So you got rooms at the college. You get a bit of a hard time at the college from the leader there. He's very unhappy about you drawing guns in the other place.
It
Feels
was
the situation could have been
self-defense.
dealt with.
It was self-defense. We were attacked. Well, the Crossroads
Were
College
you
was attacked.
Really? I mean, I can see you're bleeding. He says to.
Oh, I got in a
Watch him.
punch up after that. No, this didn't
Punch
happen.
up after that.
Yeah, there's well, you know, all these crowds, it's impossible to get through them without punching some of them, you know.
And I saw your face on the news. Yeah. So he explains that the guys he'd got there for you to come back quite recently, they hadn't seen anything. And then things started getting weird, so they came back.
Yep, that makes sense.
But yeah, generally not his favorite person at the moment, but you know, this is your oasis, so he's grumpy, but he's not, you know, telling you to get out or anything.
We've got the pictures, and if he wants us not to show them to anyone, then he ought to play ball.
So you're going to take a night's sleep?
We probably
Probably
ought to.
should. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you've been going pretty much for 36 hours or something.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the end of the first scenario. So shall we, I mean, actually the first scenario ended ages ago with the announcement, but then you went off to have a fight. Which seems to happen quite a lot in our campaigns.
Well, I thought my idea was quite a good one, because I
I
thought
think it was quite a good idea to start with, yeah.
I had visions of us going in with the crowd as they like stormed the
Yeah,
sanatorium.
yeah. Had a good chance to have a look round the sanatorium
Yeah, precisely.
under the cover of the crowd.
Yeah.
It was a good plan. But it just ended
So
up. Yeah.
let us remember what you get experience points for. You each get an experience point for participating in the sessions. I'm going to give you 3 experience points, I guess.
Ooh, wow.
We've done
Okay,
3
cool.
sessions. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew reach its current goal?
Well, I'm not sure we've actually ever come to many challenges or reached any goal yet.
We've challenged the challenges.
Yeah.
But maybe not this time.
It depends what you say, because we've worked pretty well as a team in overcoming some of the problems that might have been around us, like, you know, getting hold of Aram, like not getting caught by the funny guards in the station. Yeah. So
Good
if
planning.
if that would count towards that.
Yeah, let's give you a point for that.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Did you put yourself or your crew at risk because of your personal problem? What are your personal problems?
Mine is I'm a compulsive thrill seeker, so I don't think I did.
No.
Mine is you can't trust the first come, so I went and baited. I went and baited the first come. So I
think you might qualify for a point on that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Starting a fight. Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC? I think Tony might have learned that you're a nutter.
I think I probably knew that already, but I'll take the issue.
Just how much of a nutter you have.
Just how much you really didn't like the first come.
Yeah, I'm quite anti them actually. Yeah. No, I'm not sure I learned anything about myself or Tony really.
Okay. So Tony, you get a point. Dave, you don't.
Yep.
Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? I assume you are PC buddies to each other.
I guess so.
I assume so. Yes. I think I probably did. I think I waded into a fight to try and get him out of it.
That's Oshian, did you do anything for Yaqub? Probably not.
I mean, probably. Well, although the whole thing is we're looking for my family friend, aren't we? And he's helping with that.
Yeah, but has he sacrificed or risked anything? At the moment, he's been quite well planned. And I don't know whether cut lip counts as a sacrifice.
I guess risking inciting a huge crowd that could have ended worse.
Yeah,
so that true. I think that was.
But he's had a point for that. You can't have a point.
and I am sacrificing actually going and making some money, saying I have absolutely no money at all.
Let me think on that one. Did you act in accordance with your icon? Obviously.
I think I did.
I don't think I did. My icon is the merchant. I don't think I particularly.
Okay, so
if I've taken, I don't think I particularly do follow.
If I give Dave a point on that one, does that mean you each have 5 points?
Yeah, I have 6.
You each have 6 points.
Yes.
Well, let's call it fair. I'm not letting Dave having sacrificed then. So
now that was a bit of a slim sacrifice, really, because if I didn't sacrifice it, I wouldn't be playing the game. Hang on. I sacrificed my Monday evenings between 8:30 and 10:30 to help Tony.
No, that's covered by did you participate in the session?
Cool.
So yes, 6 points.
Then. Okay.
I would like to just begin the next sort of scenario, which is. Give me a moment to.
I'm going to spend 5 points of them. That's for sure.
What are you going to spend your 5 points on?
Well, probably melee combat, and that kind of fits as well because I might have learned something in that little fracas.
Don't look at this. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Where is the... there we go. So the next morning...
Do we get to spend our XP now, or do we do that between sessions?
Yeah, you can spend your XP now if you like. I thought we might, we're very much, this is what happens at the table sort of thing.
So I think I've decided I'm not going to increase my melee combat. I'm going to take defensive, which means I get +2 to melee combat when I'm defending myself.
Okay.
Which I think probably fits more nicely.
I think I am going to take melee combat. I was in two minds about, because both of my combats are quite crap, but my range combat is slightly better, and I was thinking I might improve that. So I got one reasonably competent combat skill, but I think I've changed my mind, and I'm going to go for melee combat because that's probably is going to come in useful as it would have done today. So yeah, I am going to spend 5 on taking a melee combat, which leaves me with 1.
So Matt, I've slept, so I'll recover my hit points, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
So when you come down to breakfast, there is an envelope waiting for you that was brought around by hand, according to whoever's behind the bar. It's handwritten, addressed to you. Smells faintly of jasmine. And when you open it, this is inside.
Do we know this name, this judge?
Judge Nigelia Kurhandol Fasra. Is this someone that we know in Coriolis?
You don't know personally.
We know of
you
them.
may know if you run a culture roll.
Okay, I will do cultural. Can we do one each, or does one of us do it and the other one
No,
help?
I think you could each do this one.
Okay, that's 4 dice.
5 dice.
I get 1 success.
I get no successes.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
heard of her. I think I've heard of her.
Yeah, you have. She's got a bit of reputation as one of the youngest judges on the station.
Okay.
She's quite well respected. I think you might either somebody you caught or somebody that you were getting evidence for in their defense might well have appeared in front of her.
What's her background? Does she first come? Zenithian?
Zenithian.
Good.
She's of a
You won't
good
want to
family.
punch her when you meet her then.
Family are so do you tend in your Zenithian racism, are you more Zenithian hegemony or new Zenithian Oshian?
I'm not sure I'm either, because I come from Menkar, so actually as by birth I'm first come.
Oh right.
So if
but you politically align with the Zenithians.
yeah.
Right. Well, you then probably don't know for your 1 success roll much about the different Zenithian families. But I think you might have heard that the Kurahans are kind of peacemakers between the 2 wings of the Zenithian front, quite neutral.
Yeah. Okay.
If you've seen her at court, she's quite a big woman, bulky wise. Short hair. She wears a judge's cap. She wears traditional Zenithian face makeup, which is sort of a swirl down my face. I've got a picture of her, actually, given you know her. Let me just find a picture of her. No, not that one. That's what she looks like.
That's her.
The image you would have seen at the judge's bench.
She's a good-looking girl, isn't she?
So you have that invite, and
So there's nothing on there about when or where we're going to meet her.
There's probably a time involved.
She must have an office, or she's got chambers somewhere, isn't she?
Oh well, where is tonight at Alcamar's?
Oh yes, tonight.
Alcamar's is the most expensive restaurant right in the spire, at the top of the spire.
So presumably we know where it is, but we've never been there ourselves.
You will never have been there.
In fact, they're unlikely to let us in, are they? Unless
you have an invitation.
We'll take this with us, won't we?
Yeah.
Do we need to spend the day washing our clothes and stuff, having a shave and these kind of things.
It would probably be advisable.
I suspect, have we got any clothes appropriate for visiting such a venue? Even
We must have our like best, Sunday best kind of clothes.
I will, if we want to say that's what you're doing between sessions,
yeah.
and if you want to sacrifice some money on some smart clothes, I think it's entirely feasible that you will think that you should maybe go shopping and get something new to wear to Alkmaar's.
Yeah, we'll be going somewhere cheap. We're not.
Well,
I don't think we're going to spend too much, are we?
No.
let me just say there is a reaction that happens to you if you're not properly dressed that I will not reveal until it happens, until I've decided how much you've spent.
So do we know? Okay. At what point does our group talent reactivate?
No, it's a new scenario now, so it reactivates.
So do you want to use our group talent that we've got?
A friendly tailor that we know.
A friendly tailor or someone who used to, work at Alkmaar's as a, I don't know, like a designer or something. You could then.
Well,
maybe a friendly tailor is a better idea.
It strikes me that this may be where Tony can use his talent. You don't need to buy new clothes. You could borrow new clothes, couldn't you? From
yes, does that
and you may well know somebody who can dress you in the best fashions of.
That's a good idea.
Or at least maybe not the best fashions, but last year's fashions at least, so that only the most snobbish will look at you with a slight sneer at Alkmaar's.
Yeah.
Shall we have that?
So the talent doesn't specifically say the loan has to be money. That is a valid point. So yes. Do I have to spend anything? No.
Do you not? Darkness point?
No.
Curses.
So she can find a favourable loan and enable you to purchase an expensive object or ship module. So it probably does imply it's a financial loan, which must be paid back. But presumably we can.
That implies, but I'm willing to be a bit flexible on there.
Yeah, we can, buy some clothes and then return them the next day.
Just hide the label when we go in there. Tuck the label inside.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And the security tag and all that. Okay. Matt.
Yeah.
Also, I want to, whilst we're doing this, or whilst Tony's going out and sorting out our togs, the experience.
So, by the way, I'm just reading here that at the beginning of this adventure, because things have turned pretty nasty, I get 4 extra darkness points.
How many do you have now then?
So I now have 8.
Okay, that could have been worse.
I've been spending them.
Yeah,
I spent 2 for the guard that never actually got round to attacking you.
But made us run away. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to go and buy myself. So the salutary lesson of this bloody, scuzzy bloke successfully punching my lights out.
He's really got to you, hasn't he?
It has. So I've gone for the defensive talent. I'm also going to go and buy myself a baton for self-defense.
Okay.
It costs 100 burr, and I'm gonna have that concealed about me and use that to block because it gives me a bonus to my skill.
Okay, you are probably aware that you're not allowed to take that to the restaurant.
I guess the same applies to my gun, doesn't it, as well?
You are probably aware that you are neither allowed to take a gun to the restaurant.
Yeah. I'm going to buy that anyway because it's something that is going to be useful for keeping my my nose in the right place.
Yes.
And that costs me 100
of Noah's money. Is that?
Yeah. Well, that is all the money I've got. I'll have to pay Noah back at some point, assuming she's not. We find her.
Right.
But we're not making any money at this point, so I kind of wonder.
We've
got to earn some money somewhere because we'll have to pay off the ship at some point.
Yeah. Well, Noah might well, if she's in trouble and we manage to get her out of it, she might be happy to, you know, pay us some expenses plus,
Yeah.
because obviously you should understand that we would be doing this instead of doing paid work.
So Matt, how do I work out what the monthly
Well, tell you what, let's take that offline.
cost of the ship is?
Because
Okay.
although I'm happy for our viewers to listen to some of the stuff, that boring maths thing is not what anybody listens to. So shall we call it quits for today's session? And
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I think you basically, well, no, we'll find out online, but I'm sure the number 9 goes in there somewhere in terms of dividing your monthly rate.
Okay. Well, we can talk about it once we're off air, can't we?
But we will, for now, stop the stream. So
Cool.
let's say goodbye to any viewers.
Bye, any
Remind them to
viewers.
wash
Bye,
their
any viewers. Cheers, Matthew. Thank you for a good game.
and stay
Yeah.
safe.
Indeed.
Stay at home.